All right, anyway, so for those of you who do not know me, I am Tonya, and welcome to Tonya's Tea. I am a weight loss coach, and I help women shut the refrigerator and open their minds, okay? And so if you want to schedule a consultation with me to see how you can think differently about food, then message me directly, and we can set that up, all right? All right, y'all, so today's topic is weight loss in kids. And since I have my kids here, they don't want to be, okay? Demi was asleep. This is Demi. Now let me introduce them in order. This is my first baby, SNQ, SNQU. SNQ, he'll be 26 this month.
Yes, I will.
He'll be 26 this month. Demi is 17, and he'll be 26 on the 26th. And then she'll be graduating on the 20th. She's 17. All right, so how many of you, where do I want to start? How many of you try to get your kids to eat vegetables or whatever, and they're like, I don't want that. What if I told you that our kids, your kids, even you, we are born intuitive eaters, all right? God created us to know exactly when to eat, to know exactly when to stop eating. So kids are born with innate wisdom. Babies are. And so if you don't believe me, watch like if you got a child that's still like on the bottle or a grandbaby or whatever, watch your children. They know exactly when they want to eat, and they know exactly when they've had enough. They know exactly what they like to eat, and then they know exactly what they don't like to eat. Sophia is here, but she's asleep. So I was going to use her to test and show y'all how if she's not hungry, she's not going to eat. Or if she does not like it, then she's not going to eat. So have you ever really just watched your children or watched your grandchildren? Comment below. And have you ever thought about, especially, let me back up, especially babies, infants. Have you ever heard a doctor say, I know when SNQ was born, I don't remember about Demi, but when SNQ was born, doctor was like, feed them every 3 hours. Y'all ever heard of that? Feed the baby. Did they tell y'all that with the kids?
Every 2 hours.
Yeah, they'll say like, feed them every 2 hours or feed them every 3 hours. Okay, well, what if they say feed them every 3 hours and the baby get hungry in an hour and a half? What you gonna do?
Feed them when they're hungry.
Most of us try to be the good parent that go by the doctor's rules, and I'm not saying one is right or wrong, but what I am saying is going against when your baby get hungry after an hour and a half and you don't feed them, it's going against their natural appetite. It's going against their natural appetite. So when it comes to weight in kids, whenever it comes to rules, like their behaviors and their beliefs, y'all, it comes from our behaviors and our beliefs. So I want to talk to Demi and SNQ real quick because they ready to go like 10 minutes ago. So I want to ask them, how was it? Because I know with SNQ, I did not really have a diet mentality. And with Demi, I did. So they were raised like two different kind of ways. They had two different kind of mamas, actually, in a lot of different areas, but food, since we're talking about food. So SNQ was not a picky eater. He used to eat anything. I gave him a variety, you know, but with Demi, I don't know what happened. She just want her French fries and maybe chicken and then a salad. Okay, so she's sort of kind of on the picky eater side. So, but SNQ, since you're the oldest, do you remember? Do you remember me being any kind of way, like having a bad relationship with food or my eating habits? Do you remember that?
Say that again. I blanked out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say it again. I'm sorry.
She don't want to be here. She can say, tell y'all the story.
One more time.
Oh boy. All right, let me ask that question again. I do the same thing. Y'all, we program our kids. We don't realize we're doing it, but we program our kids. I do the same thing. Y'all, people are asking me a question. I got coached last week, and she asked me a question. And by the time I got done saying what I was saying, I was like, what you ask? I said, oh my God, what did she ask? So anyway, the question is, do you recall, and if so, around what age, me, like having, because I know when I started, me having like negative self-talk about myself or about food. Negative talk about food, a bad relationship with food, what you should not, and all that.
As far as the way you look, yeah, your stomach.
What I used to say. What I used to say.
How do you like the stretch marks and stuff?
See? Y'all, I didn't even know he knew that. We didn't rehearse that. But I didn't know he heard me complain about my stretch marks. So now, do you find yourself complaining about your body?
Nah.
He a man.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember when he was one, well, before he turned 1 is when I first started dieting. And then I was on that roller coaster forever. But anyway, Demi. Now that's when I was a dieter right here. It was on and popping by the time she was born. So what do you remember?
Those vitamins.
Vitamins?
Yeah.
We didn't rehearse that either. Yeah, I told you I did everything. What did I do?
It was some kind of vitamins.
I tried to make you eat them.
Yeah.
I tried to make her take. Woo-wee. Did you want them?
No.
That was crazy.
They didn't even want them. Y'all. Okay, what would you... Okay, I do remember this, Nemi. I used to be like, all right, now you done had French fries 5 days this week. You can have the nuggets or you can have the fries. You remember that? Mm-hmm. What are some other things you remember, like me putting restrictions on you? Do you remember me putting restrictions on you when it comes to food? Probably not.
When I was in high school, you cleared the house out. Everything was healthy. That's about it.
See, that's another thing we'll do. We'll make everybody go on a diet. He said when he was in high school, I cleared the house out. Okay, you remember anything else? Anything, what about any talk, negative self-talk toward myself? What would I always say?
Nothing I can think of.
You ain't never heard me say I'm fat. Oh my God, I'm so fat.
No. Because you would say, I'm thinking.
They can't read, they want to read your lips too. Some people need to read your lips.
You would say, like, I'm not a large, I'm a medium.
I was in denial. I would make jokes about it, but I really did want to be smaller. But I would joke about it, you know. And so yeah, so I would. Now that's what I would do. Now let me tell y'all about my childhood. They don't know this, but y'all, my mama and my daddy probably, but mostly my mama because she did the cooking. She would say, especially Christmas time, boy, they get me every time. If you don't eat them vegetables, if you don't eat your vegetables. Or if you don't eat them beans, I remember them beans. Oh, what's one for Demi, she? Because she could say she know one for Demi. My mama would say Santa Claus ain't gonna come.
If you didn't eat your veggies.
Yep. Did I ever threaten y'all like that?
No.
But that was one threat that my parents gave me. They would tell me to clean my plate because kids starving in Africa.
You do that.
I did that.
You still do that sometimes.
Not since I've been, I ain't done it in 2 years, have I? Have y'all done that one? Anybody? Tell me one. Sheikah gonna tell me one. Anybody else got any rules that y'all had growing up as kids around food or around your body? CQ, do you remember me saying eat all that because there's some kids starving in Africa?
No, you don't.
See, I really didn't have that mindset really with him. It was more so after I had her. Yeah, y'all, come on. Let me see in the comments some diet rules you had, or either you gave to your kids unknowingly, or your parents taught you unknowingly. So I didn't grow up. I I didn't think, but evidently I had been programmed because come to find out, my mama and my aunt and all of them used to live on a diet. Okay, well, y'all, all those things, that's programming. That's called programming. And so what we do, and it's not to shame parents, not to judge parents, but just to bring awareness to what we're doing. What we're doing is robbing our kids of the ability to make decisions around food because they naturally have that innate wisdom. And just like us, we know when we're hungry and we know when we're satisfied. But we've been taught to clean your plate, or this food is a bad food. That term junk food. All right. So if the food is junk food and we're eating it or we're giving it to our kids saying junk food, then what does that make us? What does that make your kids? How would you know what I'm saying? My mama worked hard on the meal, so I had to appreciate it. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one, Jessica. I worked hard on that. I slaved in this kitchen, so you're going to eat it. And y'all will, I'm not like, once again, I'm not judging us because we don't know. We don't know better, so we don't do better. But when we know better, then, okay, I would think along these lines. I don't want to waste someone's hard work. Yeah, that's programming though. They're programming our subconscious because at birth, our conscious mind, all we know is to just rely on God, rely on our innate wisdom that God gave us. That's all we know. If you, Jessica, you got your little baby in the house now. If you try to feed that baby and she's not hungry, what is she going to do? What is she going to do? She is not, well, yeah, you answer. What is she going to do? Okay, like your boy said, Q. Okay, now, okay, so be thankful for what you have in front of you because there are some kids that haven't even eaten today. Yes, Keith. Hey, Keith. Yes, but y'all, and you know what? Throw it in the floor. See, she'll throw it in the floor. That's what that baby, she's an 11-month-old baby, and she knows, I don't want it. I'm done. But yeah, y'all, so anything that our parents, and I guarantee you, if you ask your grandparents, they taught that to your parents. So it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So CQ, he's got 5 kids, okay? Do y'all teach that to your kids about you can't have this is bad food, this is good food? Do you say that unknowingly?
We talk about healthy eating, but we don't stop them from eating anything. They can eat pretty much what they want to eat.
Okay, well that's good. If you don't eat all of your food, you can't have dessert. Oh yes, that deprivation right there. And so you know what that does, Sheikah? When our parents say, if you don't eat all your food, you can't have dessert. Then we're gonna sneak and have dessert. We're gonna sneak and find some candy. Oh, we're gonna do it.
We do that though. We tell them they gotta eat everything.
Y'all do?
Yeah, don't waste all the food.
See? But they are naturally full. They're satisfied. But y'all, we're just doing it. They got it from me. I'm pretty sure I programmed them that way. But it's never too late to reverse and break. You know how the Bible say about the breaking a generation of curses? Well, this is where it starts. It starts with, first of all, acknowledging it and being aware that we're even doing it. But when the kids say they're full and they're satisfied or they don't like it, then it's okay. Hey, Gina, it's okay, y'all. It's okay if Demi, I had to accept that the only vegetable Demi like is salad. And on her salad, all she wants is lettuce and cheese. I have to accept that. Sometimes I still be like, but I know that eventually she will experiment with foods. His kids, Jabari will eat anything. They're twins, Jabari and Jacoby. Jacoby, he's sort of kind of a little picky eater right now. And it's okay. It will change over time. And then another thing we find ourselves doing, we might say, you getting big, boy. You better slow down, or you getting big, girl, or something like that. Jenna talking about food, talking about how good that dip is she made. But anyway, y'all, so, yeah, and so just think, these are some things that you can consider. Hey, mama, these are some things to consider when you think that your child is eating too much. Are they growing? They growing, y'all. Are they active? If they active and they playing all the time, then they hungry. And it's okay if all they want right now is chicken nuggets and fries. It's okay. Are you offering them a variety? Are you offering them vegetables? Do they see you eating foods that we deem healthy? Are they seeing you do that? What is your behavior? Yes, what is your behavior around food becomes their behavior. All right? And your restrictions become their restrictions. Or either they will sneak and feel like they got to, hurry up and eat it before you get home. Or, look at me trying to straighten my thing out. They feel like they got to hurry up and eat it before you get home or whatever. But if you just trust your kids' natural appetite, is with us at birth. We have it. And then we started, getting programmed by our parents. We start getting programmed by our peers. And then we get a little older, start getting programmed by the media saying that you shouldn't eat this because it's bad. You shouldn't eat that. There's no good and bad foods. There's good and bad decisions, but there's no good and bad foods. Whatever your body's craving, whatever you like right now is for a reason. All right, now, so we're going to talk about rewarding your kids with food. Rewarding your kids with food. I know I have done that. Do y'all remember me rewarding y'all? Like, oh my goodness, you got all A's. Let's go get ice cream.
Oreo Cyclone.
We're talking about rewarding your kids or disciplining them with food. Using food as leverage. Y'all, that's another thing we have to be careful of. Because if you reward your kid because they did good in school, because they made an A, because they made a home run, then they're going to start associating, well, when I'm good, I get to eat. Or if they sad and got bullied at school, come on, let's just go get you some burgers. Then they're going to associate. They're not going to learn how to process their emotions without food, because we're teaching them that the food would make it okay. Food will make it okay. Instead of just talking about it or letting them just sit in their feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy and not involve food. Does that make sense? And I'm guilty of everything. The reason I can tell y'all is because I'm guilty. And I'm trying to reverse that with my grandkids. I'm trying to allow them to have a great relationship with food. Whatever they want, they get it at my grandma's house. And really with Demi now, I let her eat whatever she wants. I try to encourage her to try new things. And I try to have like all the healthier foods. I have it here in the house if she wants to try it. It's here, it's available. So just make it available to them. But when it comes to processing their emotions, let them know that I'm here to listen. Why are you sad today? What happened? Can you tell me what happened? Let's get back to communicating with our kids, Because I used to try to talk to my kids about everything. Everything, just be open. And I know it comes to a point where they don't want to talk to their parents anymore, but let them know it's okay that they're sad, or it's okay that they want to celebrate. And it's okay if you go out to eat, but go when they're hungry. We need to go to the fair, get funnel cake. It only come once a year. We can do that, Gina. And after we walk around that fair for a little while, we're going to get hungry. We can do that. Sure can. All right, so what is something else I want to talk about? Rewarding or bribing your kids. Hey, I tell you what. If you eat this broccoli, I get you that toy. Y'all, we do it. We do it. Yes, we do. I don't think I do it anymore, but I'm pretty sure I bribe, especially him with school. I would bribe him. Wouldn't I? Nah, I just threaten him. You getting that whooped. If you... But y'all, while before I finish, I want to talk about another type of programming. It's all kinds of programming. Food, our beliefs around religion. We don't give them a chance, an option. We don't give them an option. You gonna be Christian. Your butt going to church as long as you living in this house. programming. You going to go get a job when you graduate, or you going to the military? Which one?
Be active in church too.
Oh yeah.
Be active.
You going and you gonna be active.
Gonna say a prayer, play them drums.
Back to being active. Yeah. We do, like, we'll say, this is what we're really doing. What we're really doing is trying to relive our lives through our kids. Can I get an amen? Type amen. God did not give them to us so we could re-raise us. He gave them to us so they could grow up to be a unique individual, a unique expression of Him. We're just here to guide them to that point of maturity. But we try to re-raise ourselves. That's what we try to do. And it's not fair to kids. It's really not. And I wish I had known this back when I was his mama, because I was one mean mama. I was strict. Loving, but strict. Very strict. And I was trying to re-raise myself. I was trying to make him the student that I never was. And then with Demi, I was like, I ain't doing that with her. So now I don't even know when her graduation day. Nah, I didn't know for real. All right, y'all. So now I want to talk about the kids who just so happen to be overweight. Because some kids are, because of whatever reason. Most of the time it's because we done made them clean that plate, or because they eat to suppress feelings, or because they just not as active as the other kids, for whatever the reason. So what do you do about the kids when a doctor give you a report and say, they've got to get that weight off? What do you do? Well, first, let me tell you what you don't do. Do not restrict your kids, because they will rebel. If somebody tell you you can't have something, how does that make you feel? When I tell y'all, because think you grown now, if I tell you you can't have something or you can't do something, what does that make you want to do?
Want it? Well, it depends what it is.
Yeah, it makes you want it even more. It makes them want it even more. So restriction is not what you want to do. Deprivation is not what you want to do. What you want to do is talk to your child about trusting their natural appetite. And mama, daddy, you've got to trust your child. You got to trust that they will learn to tap back into that natural, innate wisdom that the body has. You've got to trust it. It's scary. Yes, it's scary. How do you help an emotional eating kid? Talk to them about their emotions, Shay. You ask questions. You ask questions. Questions help help them tap into their natural intuition if you ask the right questions. You don't tell them what to do. You ask them and you get them to answer, because the answer is within them. My son doctor said that, and nothing about it because she don't know what she was talking about. Oh, your son doctor said, no, I'm sorry, but if you're a doctor and you're telling your patients to cut food back or whatever, no, what you do as a parent, and no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do because I don't want to get sued. Do what your doctor say do. But this is my opinion. From my opinion and from my experience, is that anything can be relearned. We can remember our God-given ability, our innate, our inner wisdom. We can tap back into it, no matter how old you are. Mine constantly thinks she's hungry and would cry if I tell her she can't have more. Jessica, if she's active, then maybe she is hungry. She's saying she's starving. She's not starving now. Just ask her, say, what does starving feel like? Say, okay, Ava, well, what does starving feel like? What does I'm still hungry feel like? Get her to let you know what are her hunger cues. What is her satisfaction cues? Well, how do you know when you've had enough then, Ava? What does it feel like when you've had enough? Find out if she even knows, because she probably doesn't. So anyway, you learn, you get them to tap back into their natural hunger and fullness. That's what you do. And allow them, and talk about it. And then give them a variety. Let them see you eating a variety. Let them see you saying, I've had enough. I'm done. Let them hear you say, well, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to eat right now. You know, be the example. Be the example. Yeah, and just really, truly get them to talk about their emotions. And if not with you, then with somebody, a trusted friend, in a journal. Sometimes girls especially, they'll just write about it. Any more questions? Yeah, so if your kid's overweight, small changes, just small changes, just that one will help. And are they drinking their water? Are they getting their sleep? You gradually introduce water and sleep. Demi doesn't like water, so I get her Propel. It's still water. It's flavored water. So you got to sort of kind of offer, you got to have a variety. Figure it out. You got to figure it out. But I don't say, well, I did used to say, you don't need no soda, you better drink this water. But it didn't work. It doesn't work. So I had to figure out, how can I get her to drink water? And so I had to find some water that she liked. But y'all, did this make sense about kids and weight loss? It's pretty much the same as adults, except we've been like programmed by so much. But our kids, they young, so they can reverse this thing. They get it. If you give them the tools, they get it. So Ava, Jessica, is the perfect age to start teaching her intuitive eating. That's what it's called, intuitive eating, because that is how God created us, to be intuitive eaters. And she'll start liking like the healthier foods. She'll like that whenever the time comes. That goes for everybody's child. Because I know y'all remember when y'all was little, y'all didn't like vegetables either. I didn't. But now I like every single vegetable there is. I can't think of not one that I don't like. I'm willing to try anything. And that was not me as a kid. Was that y'all?
Still isn't.
See, they're not quite there yet. But they will. They will get there. Where they like want to, desire new things. All right, so if there's no more questions, it's been 30 minutes, about 30, 35 minutes. But I thank you all for watching. Like and share this video and take one thing from this video, not everything, but take one thing and implement it, y'all. Because when you apply something, then that's when change happens. That's when you build confidence. That's when your brain is like, okay, we doing this. Because she's doing this every day. I want to thank my kids for being on their mommy's show, even though they didn't want to. Since was waving, but you didn't see his hand. Okay, there we go. So I thank them for being here today. If you have any other questions, just put them in the comments and I'll go check later and I'll go back and answer them. And seriously though, you could take your doctor's advice, but this is my opinion. This has worked for me, because restrictions just don't work. This is just what I teach my clients. So y'all know what I'm about to say. Demi, do you know it? What's my outro? She should know my outro.
From my energy to yours.
No, that's a podcast. Oh, I do have a podcast that I publish every Monday called Monday Moment with Tonya. I'll share it to Facebook every Monday, or you can go on Spotify or Anchor. But anyway, the answers to your problem are not where?
The answer to your problem is not
In the
food.
No! No! The answer to your problem is not in the refrigerator.
Okay, yeah.
So shut the refrigerator and open your mind.